Photoshop versus GIMP, the ultimate showdown. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're tackling Adobe Photoshop versus GIMP. These two titans have unique strengths. Choosing can feel like picking between a sports car and a sedan. It all boils down to what you need. We're comparing user experience, features, cost, and performance, so buckle up, let's get into it. Round 1, user experience and interface. First impressions matter. Alright, first up, let's talk about user experience. Because, let's face it, nobody wants to spend hours trying to figure out how to use their software. We want something intuitive, something that just makes sense. Now, Photoshop, being the industry standard, has had years to refine its interface. And it shows. It's clean, it's organized, and most importantly, it's customizable. You can move your toolbars around, create custom workspaces for different tasks like photo editing or graphic design, you name it. GIMP, on the other hand, can feel a bit more, shall we say, classic in its approach. It's got that familiar but maybe slightly dated feel to it. But hey, don't let that fool you, it's still incredibly powerful. It might take a little more time to get used to, especially if you're coming from a different program. But once you get the hang of it, you'll be flying through your workflow in no time. Round 2. Features and tools, unleashing your creativity. Let's move on to the fun part. Features and tools. Both Photoshop and GIMP are packed with features. Photoshop has everything you need and more. Advanced selection tools, filters, layers, and content-aware fill. GIMP might not have as many features, but it's still powerful. Essential tools, brushes, filters, and advanced features like layer masks. Both programs have their strengths and weaknesses. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, cost. Photoshop, as we all know, operates on a subscription model. You pay a monthly or annual fee to access the software. Now this has its pros and cons. On the one hand, you always have access to the latest version, and Adobe is constantly adding new features and improvements. Plus, you get access to other Adobe Creative Cloud apps, which can be a huge bonus. But of course, that monthly fee can add up over time. GIMP, on the other hand, is completely free. Yep, you heard that right, absolutely free. No subscription fees, no hidden costs, just download it and go. This makes it an incredibly accessible option for hobbyists, students, or anyone who just doesn't want to shell out a ton of cash for software. So, yeah, this round is a clear win for GIMP. Alright, let's talk about community and support, because let's be real, we all need a little help sometimes, right? Whether it's troubleshooting a weird glitch or figuring out how to use a specific tool, having a strong community and readily available support can be a lifesaver. Now, in this arena, Photoshop has a clear advantage. It's been around for ages, which means there's a massive online community of users, tutorials, forums, you name it. If you're ever stuck on something, chances are someone out there has already found a solution and posted about it online. Plus, Adobe itself offers pretty comprehensive support with documentation, FAQs, and even phone and chat support if you need it. GIMP, being the open source underdog, has a slightly different story. It also has a dedicated community, and there are tons of resources available online, but it's not quite as extensive as Photoshop's. Alright, final round, let's talk about performance and compatibility, because at the end of the day, we need software that can keep up with us, right? Now, Photoshop is a bit of a resource hog. It's a powerful program, and it requires a fair amount of processing power and RAM to run smoothly. If you're working on a high-end machine with a dedicated graphics card and plenty of RAM, you're probably not going to run into any issues. But if you're working on an older machine or something with limited resources, you might experience some lag, especially when working with large files or complex projects. GIMP, on the other hand, is surprisingly lightweight. It's been designed to run well on a variety of hardware, even older machines with limited resources. So if you're working on a budget laptop or an older computer, GIMP might be a better option for you. In terms of plugin and third-party software compatibility, Photoshop definitely has the upper hand. So, there you have it, folks. The ultimate showdown between Adobe Photoshop and GIMP. Which one comes out on top? Well, as with most things in life, it depends. If you're a professional who needs the absolute best of the best, with all the bells and whistles, then Photoshop is still the king. It's the industry standard for a reason, and its powerful features and extensive plugin ecosystem are hard to beat. But if you're on a budget, just starting out, or only need the essentials, then GIMP is an incredible value proposition. It's free, it's powerful, and it has a passionate community behind it. Ultimately, the best software for you is the one that fits your needs, your budget, and your workflow.